Hello, Miami University and all Oxford community. I'm Isabella.
And I'm Jonathan, your co-host for tonight's show. Welcome back to Miami Television News. Perhaps the most exciting astronomical event occurred just last week. The 2024 solar eclipse brought people from all over the country to Miami, where the city of Oxford experienced 100% totality. Oxford provided a welcoming experience to all with live music, food trucks, and more.
It was a phenomenal sight. On Monday, April 8th, Oxford, Ohio was vibrant with festivities, smiling faces, and eager eyes, all awaiting the long-anticipated solar eclipse. Miami University served as an entertainment center for eclipse seekers, hosting a number of fun activities for all people. The streets were packed with Miami students and families taking in the shocking view.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think that it was really interesting to be in downtown Oxford because it was cool to see everybody's different reactions to it. And there was kids there, older people, college students. It was really cool to see everybody's reaction. And it was awesome to see. I don't think that I could have prepared myself for how cool it was actually going to be.
Just listen to the reactions.
Miami University has hired a new coach for its men's hockey team to replace the recently fired Chris Bergeron. 41-year-old Anthony Noreen was most recently the head coach and president of the hockey operations for the Tri-City Storm of the USHL, where he coached for 7 seasons. Noreen was introduced at a press conference on April 9th, and he seeks to take the Redhawks back to the NCAA tournament for their first time since 2015.
The Miami Club hockey team is a Division II team on campus. This year, the team became TSHL champions and placed as ACHA National Championship runner-ups. This was the team's first appearance in the title since 2000. After these amazing feats, we followed up with the Redhawks to talk about their stunning Cinderella season.
Yeah, I think what makes hockey special for me and just being part of this team is just being a part of the group. It gives me a sense of purpose.
For me, I would say that this team means family to me. It's just a great experience, and they're some of the best friends in the world.
It's been a great balance between school, hockey, and social life.
It's a group you really connect with and kind of be yourself around, so that's kind of what makes it very fun.
You know, the relationships I've made over the last 4 years, I wouldn't trade that for anything. It's been an awesome experience, and, you know, it's just me and the boys, you know.
The most special moment for me, I think a lot of guys on the team, was our comeback versus Keene State. We were down 3 goals with about 2 minutes left. That was the season on the line. We got gifted a power play the remaining minutes of the game, and we scored 5 times to win and just shocked the whole world. Special to watch, special to be a part of.
Having an opportunity to play for a national championship was unbelievable, and I think it showed, you know, how good this program is, how good this program can be, and the progress that we've made since we all got here.
Been our assistant coach all this year. He'd been saying we really had something special with this group. So it was great to prove that to ourselves, that we really did have something special, and prove it to everyone who had doubted us this year and the past 2 years.
Even though we didn't get the outcome that we wanted, I think we have a lot to be proud of for what we did.
Good evening. I'm Andrew Rovis, and I'm here for the Miami Sports Update. It's a great time to be a Red Hawk fan, with plenty of good news on the horizon for multiple teams. One team in particular, the Miami football team, just secured a 5-year contract extension with head coach Chuck Martin to keep him as the head coach through 2029. Martin has been the head coach of the Red Hawks for 9 seasons, and under his watch, Miami football has been a machine. Since 2014, Martin has won the MAC twice and has brought Miami to 4 bowl games. Miami finished this season with an impressive 11-3 record, beating Cincinnati, winning the MAC, and making yet another bowl game. It's a well-deserved extension for Coach Martin, and it will be interesting to see how he will coach next season's group. Turning things to baseball, the Miami Redhawks took on the Western Michigan Broncos in a 3-game weekend set in Kalamazoo. The first game was all Broncos, as they ended up winning 3-0 in a pitcher's duel. Patrick Mastrian and Carson Byers were both strong for the Redhawks as they struck out 6 combined Broncos hitters. In Game 2, Miami would fall short of Western Michigan as the Redhawks could not quiet the Broncos' bats, losing 8-5. In Game 3, the Redhawks were caught in a shootout that they unfortunately could not win. Miami lost a tough one, 17-11, but it was really a fun game to watch. Some key performers for the Redhawks were Evan Applewick, Rylan Zaborowski, and David Novak. Miami's next matchup will be against the third-place Toledo Rockets for a weekend series in Toledo. Switching it to softball, Miami was recently ranked as the 24th best team in the nation. The first time in program history, and on top of that, they are leading the nation in home runs. Talk about an impressive season. The Redhawks recently hosted the Ball State Cardinals for a two-game Tuesday doubleheader at home. In Game 1, the Redhawks were not messing around as Allie Cummins hit 2 of the 3 Redhawk home runs, and Miami defeated Ball State 8-3 in the first game. Freshman Madeline Reeves had a complete game win. She was looking really good out there for Miami. In Game 2, it was much closer for the Redhawks, but they took down Ball State 4-2. The game was all about pitching as Addie Jarvis threw 7 strong innings, striking out 6. Holly Blaska led the team in hits with 2, and she also blasted off with a huge 2-run home run in the first. The Redhawks are currently on a 21-game winning streak and will head out to Mount Pleasant for a 3-game weekend set against the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Thank you, Andrew. Miami's musical theater organization Stage Left is in the midst of rehearsals preparing for their 2024 spring musical, Legally Blonde. The organization began rehearsals in early February, continuing all throughout the spring semester until their performance next weekend. The show is directed by junior Emma Enderly and assistant directed by sophomore Joe Volkesong and sophomore Allison Cubis. Cast member Bennett Ladowitz comments on his involvement and experience with the show.
Bennett Ladowitz, I play Emmett in Legally Blonde. It's been a long process, but it's been really fun. I'm getting to meet tons of new people. I was part of Adam's family last semester, and now I'm getting to meet a ton of new people who are coming into Stage Left. Legally Blonde's been really fun. Lots of really hard work, lots of dancing, lots of singing, and yeah, it's been really great.
The cast of Legally Blonde will perform next weekend, April 25th through April 28th. Show times and ticket information can be found on their official Instagram page at MU Stage Left.
The annual Miami University Fashion Show run by MU F&D will be Saturday, April 27th in Millett Hall. Student designers will present their new materials as student models take charge of the runway. Be sure to purchase tickets online before the attending. The theme is incandescent, so feel free to participate in the theme and dress in a glowing and radiant style.
On April 19th, the College of Creative Arts will host their 3rd annual Spark Fest. This outdoor festival is a chance for student artists to display their hard work and to be inspired by others. There will be free pizza, live performances, games, and student artwork for sale. This year, there will be an alumni panel to talk to students about the job landscape in New York, Hollywood, and beyond. Spark Fest will take place in Art Quad for the Center of Performing Arts and the Art Building from 12 to 5 p.m.
MTN reporters Isabel Olives and Cordelia Stubblefield sat down with author Rosalind Wiseman as part of a lecture series, Beyond Mean Girls, Achieving the Relationships You Want by the author who inspired it all. Here's a clip from the interview. You can find the full-length version on our YouTube channel.
Welcome to Miami Television News. I'm Isabella Olivas.
And I'm Cordelia Stubblefield, and we have the honor of interviewing Rosalind Wiseman today.
She's the best-selling author of Queen Bees and Wannabes, helping your daughter survive cliques, gossip, boyfriends, and the new realities of Girl World, which is the basis for the 2004 movie Mean Girls.
In 2022, she published Courageous Discomfort, How to Have Brave, Life-Changing Conversations About Race and Racism, and she was awarded Best Parenting Book by Books for Better Life for her new rules of Boy World. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
What inspired you to write Queen Bees and Wannabes?
Well, I was teaching young people what is now called social emotional learning, but we didn't have a name for it at the time. And I was really blown away by how people did not understand that what was happening to girls and their friendships and their social lives was important to them. and the women that they would become. And the other part that I was really struck by is that adults tend to give advice to young people, but don't ask about young people's lives before they give advice. And I felt like it was probably better if you actually ask people about the context of their lives before you start lecturing to them.
Makes perfect sense. Queen Bees and Wannabes was published in 2002. Then 10 years later, Masterminds and Wingmen, which is another book of yours, was published in 2013. Did you have the concept or idea to write Masterminds and Wingmen around the same time as Queen Bees and Wannabes? Or did the inspiration for that book come much later?
So I've actually always worked with boys and girls and young people in equal numbers. But because I wrote this book, Queen Bees and Wannabes, and it became this massive success, and then Mean Girls came out and it became an even larger success, people had this feeling that I had just written about, that I just had worked with girls. And there was also this thing of focusing on girls and their friendships as if the lives of boys, the emotional lives of boys and friendships with boys was not important to them. And I felt like we needed to do a similar thing that I had done with girls, which is to show the emotional and social lives of boys. Now, just like with girls, but I certainly would not have done this with the boys book especially, was I always have young people help me when I'm writing a book. It is not, I don't do like, oh, here's a focus group and I'm just going to take information from you and then I'm going to like write about it. I actually have always had young people, whoever I'm writing about, read what I'm writing and tell me where I'm wrong.
Thank you for tuning in to Miami Television News. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Isabella. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Miami MTN.